So to me, we are getting into a heated market, and I want to make sure that you, my community, survive this heated market. And in fact, not only do I want you guys to survive the heated market, I want us all to drive away from this heated market in Lambos. So it's all very well that we buy the Lambo in the bull market, but what I want to do is I want to make sure that we drive away from this bear market in Lambos. And so what I decided to do was to give you guys a guide. And I call this Cryptomanran'S Guide to Surviving Alt Season. And it teaches you how to survive alt season while we're in it and also after alt season. So it's not only about surviving alt season without getting anxiety and depression and overexcited, but it also teaches you how to survive it afterwards and how to keep your money afterwards. And remember, what I want from you guys, all I want from you guys is I want you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button now, but also I want you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button when you buy the Lambo that you're going to buy at the end of alt season. Not now, because right now, really anybody could buy a Lambo. I've met kids, people that know nothing about crypto, making money and making enough money to buy a Lambo. So it's not about now. It's about, can we make our money or can we keep our money till the end of the alt season? And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And for me, I've given you guys a whole lot of rules because, I love these trading rules. And the first rule that I have for you guys is don't FOMO into trades. Okay, there's going to be lots of opportunities in this alt market. There's going to be more opportunities than you can even imagine. And these projects, they may be good technical projects, some of them, but I can tell you that a lot of these projects are unbelievable marketing projects. I mean, I'll give you one trick. And that is what they do is they get all the influencers on board and they pay the influencers to make videos for them. And then you think that all the influencers are buying this and are FOMOing into this, and you go, well, I have to buy what everybody else is buying. Now, you'll remember that we don't take payments. So you know that everything that we do here is legitimate. Like I said to you guys yesterday, and I want to reiterate it, we are the one channel where you can never, ever, ever, ever pay us to review a token. We will never, ever, ever accept any money for reviewing tokens from any project. And so be careful. Don't FOMO into these trades. Make sure that before you buy into a trade, you do the research. And that's the next rule that I want you guys to do. Do research. Do research on every trade. And if you feel that you're not qualified enough to do research, go to your favorite YouTubers and go to your favorite research sites and just see what they are saying about the product. But be careful. Be careful of anybody that's being paid to show a project, because if you're being paid, you can't give a bad review on that project. So make sure the best stations are the ones where the hosts invest in a project. And that's exactly what I do. I will never, ever, ever accept payment for promoting a project, tweeting about a project, but I may invest in a project. And if I do invest, then I'm going to share my strategy with you guys and show you guys why I've invested. And if you go through the channel, what you'll see is we gave you guys a whole lot of videos as to why I invest in Arweave, why I invested in File Network, and so many other ones. And that will give you guys a clue as to how you guys should be doing research. But do research on every single trade. The next thing that I want you guys to do is have a trading strategy. If you don't have a strategy before, not after, before you enter a trade, you're going to lose money. Guys, believe it or not, every time I enter a trade, before I get into a trade, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know what my stop loss is. In other words, I know if it goes down to a certain level, I'm going to sell it no matter what. No matter how much I believe in the fundamentals, I'm going to sell it. More importantly, I know when I'm going to take profits. And I do this with discipline and I do this clinically. If I say I buy a token at 10 cents and I say it goes to 30 cents, I'm taking out my original 10 cents. At 30 cents, I take out my original 10 cents. Regardless of whether I think there's a Binance listing or a new announcement, I take my money out. And I told you guys yesterday where I put my money. Some of the money I put into Bitcoin, ETH, and Polkadot. Some I put into USD, and some I put into my 100x fund, which is to fund the next 100x token. Cool. So that is having a trading strategy. The next one is one that we all do, and that's because we're human, guys. And I know we're human. And you need to remove your human emotion. Don't get emotionally attached to coins. If you look at people in the XRP community, they've become cheerleaders for XRP. They married to XRP. When I hear this, I think that's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard, because XRP doesn't care about you and cheerleaders never land up making money from cheerleading. In fact, all you're going to do is you're going to lose your money. So you got to remove the emotion. You got to be clinical. Not if the price goes down, don't say, oh, but you know, the team is working so hard and they delayed. The price goes down, you exercise your stop loss and you're out and you move on to trade another day. You got to be clinical about these things. Every single trader that I've ever met that got emotional about his investment lost money. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the psychology of that. You buy a token. Now you're invested. And then you start shilling the token to your friends because you want to show them what you've bought. By doing that, you become more emotionally invested in the token. Then the token goes down. And then you got to justify to yourself and to your friends why you should still hold the token because you told them before that they should buy it. And so you become a cheerleader. And if you were a cheerleader for XRP at $3, you're still a cheerleader at 20 cents. And it's, in my opinion, it's probably at some point going to go to zero or very close to zero. And there'll be a lot of cheerleaders cheering it right down into the grave. And you don't want to be one of those cheerleaders because if you are, you're not going to drive away in a Lambo with the rest of us. And we're all going to be driving away with Lambos at the end of this alt season, not right now in the middle of the alt season. So we've spoken about having not FOMOing into trades, doing a whole lot of research, having a trading strategy and being super fucking disciplined about following your trading strategy. The next thing is to block out the noise. The best traders that I know are focused. They've got a strategy and nothing can stop them from what they're doing. They block out all the noise and they make sure that they follow the fundamentals only. Don't worry about what's going on Twitter. Don't worry what's going on in the Telegram group. Have a strategy, believe in your fundamentals like I do. I believe in the fundamentals of my altcoins. And let me tell you, even now that the market's going down, I'm not selling any of them until they hit my predetermined stop loss. And let me tell you another thing. I'm so far up that they're probably not going to hit the stop loss anytime soon. And then the last rule for me that I want you guys to apply is to only buy tokens that will survive a bear market, because any token can go up in a bull market. But ask yourself what happens if we get to a 2018, 2019 market. Will your token keep any value? Bitcoin is going to survive. Ethereum is going to survive. DOT is going to survive. Kusama is probably going to survive. But what about these small cap alts? Are they going to survive? Now, do your own research and find out, convince yourself that these tokens are going to survive. And if they are going to survive, then those are the tokens that you invest in. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That is a Cryptomanran'S guide to surviving this altcoin market and making sure that we all drive away in Lambos after the altcoin market. And if you want more about this, then either leave some comments in the YouTube, and I'm going to get to comments later here with Coach K, or get us on Twitter or get us on our Telegram group, which is Crypto Banter. You can get us there and we can help you with your bags. In fact, what I'm going to do sometime later this week is I'm going to do a segment called Fix My Portfolio. And that's when you guys can call in and we will fix your portfolio. We'll literally sit here, myself, Coach K, and some others, and we'll tell you where to put your money or whether your portfolio is geared for a bear market. I'm going to bring the coach back. Coach, what do you think of the rules?
I think they're great rules. I think they're really important ones that you need to follow. If you like money, you better secure your capital, because number one rule in trading is capital preservation. And if you're not following a rule to enter a trade with a plan, you fail to plan, you plan to fail, guys. So plan it out, think where you're going to get in, where you're going to get out, where you're going to stop, and definitely be very disciplined, or you'll turn into a cheerleader like Ram was saying, and you'll be clopped. That's for sure.
A lot of XRP cheerleaders out there, and they're going to cheer it right down into the grave. Coach,
yeah.
how do you reconcile taking profits in a bull market? And I'll tell you, let me frame that question for you. So you buy a token at $2, it goes to $5. You sell at $5, it goes to $7. And you think, why the hell did I sell? I love the token. I know what it's doing. Why the hell did I sell? And you get this FOMO. And I sometimes feel that FOMO is much deeper and much bigger than the happiness of making money.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile that?
Well, the thing is like, if you're smart, if you're thinking about this smart, right? You go into a trade, you're not just going to take all your profit at once. If it's doing well and it's going up and it's not bearish at all, you're going to hold some of it, right? So as you go up, here's the most important thing I'll ever tell you ever. Take your initial out. So if you put in like $5,000 into a trade, right? And you doubled up and you now can take your $5,000 out and let the other $5,000 ride. It's free money from the market. You can let that ride. If it starts to drop, you lose a little bit, but that's okay because it's all profit. And if you do that with several trades, you create moon bags. And moon bags, you can set a stop that's already in profit, nice and loose. And as it goes higher and higher, you just move that up. Same with what I did with Bitcoin. Bitcoin kept going. I kept calling you guys, hey, I'm still going to keep moving my stop up. And then it stopped out. Right. And that's kind of the game plan, right? You don't need to take profit all the time. You can, but if you're in a profitable position and you could stop out in profit, you already can't lose. So that in that position, you're good.
Crypto Banter is the world's first interactive social cast for the crypto community. Get the latest news, views, interviews, and live conversations with crypto enthusiasts from around the world. This is where you call in, you make the show, and you bring the banter. That's cryptobanter.com, where you talk crypto.